Dominic, sir.
Hey, we have the definition of a spicy brew today.
It is. We have things prepared.
Don't even get me started. Let's do this.
We have things prepared. Yes, sir. How are you doing, bro?
I'm doing great today, man. It's been a good day.
Awesome.
I'm so hyped. I'm so hyped for the brew today. Talking with Gary is gonna be awesome. A lot of people have been asking for kind of a chat or just to learn more about the ship design process. So I'm glad we could get Gary on for this brew today. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Spicy brew for sure.
Jose, you missed it, man. I said it was the definition of a spicy brew.
I sure did, buddy. But you are
Gassiner is
absolutely
drunk
right.
already. We didn't even start and Gassiner is drunk.
Come on, Grassino. You know the deal, man. You need to wait for Dom to speak about spiciness.
Gassiner, do you still do the shots every time Dom says it's spicy? I want to know that. I'm curious.
There's no way. No, he did that one time, and let's just say he had to
Didn't
go
work
take a
out
nap.
well.
No, it did not.
He did not. He did not.
I think we hit like 3 or something. 3 shots or 4. 3 or 4. I don't know. One of those.
Only that? Man, Grassino, come on, bro. Come on, bro. You got to step up your game.
We need to make this a thing. Like everyone should join with some drinks, and every time Dom says spicy, everyone just takes a sip.
Man, I don't know what effects that's going to have on the Star Atlas lore, but I'm willing to try.
Dom will say spicy 20 times, so you can get drunk and spill the alpha. It's all
Man,
It's
you know
it's all part of my plan, you know.
You know what's going to be cool? End of the year, everyone's on breakpoint. We do the brew live, and everyone's holding the shot glasses, so everyone can see each other's drinking when Dominic says spicy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. I think we're ready to start, gentlemen.
Yeah, let's start. So welcome everyone to the brew. Today we have a special Atlas Brew. So Dominic, tell me, what is a special Atlas Brew, bro?
All right, everybody. So if you guys remember when we talked about how we kind of reformatted the Atlas Brew, we said that we were going to have a different topic brew for every Wednesday of the month, and we had 4 different ones. The problem with that is that some months have 5 Wednesdays in the month. So what we did to kind of make that better is we have, if there is 5 Wednesdays in a month, one of those Wednesdays is now going to be a special brew where we do something cool. You know, we can be creative with it, but you can basically expect something to be happening at a special brew. That's not normal for a brew. And it's today. And today we're talking with Gary Sanchez, and he's the vehicle art director at Star Atlas. He's done ships at Star Atlas. He's done ships at Star Citizen. A lot of people have been asking to learn more about that ship design process in the past. So I'm really, really excited to get to it today. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be very cool. Thank you, Gary, for joining. But now let's start. Let's start with some community updates that we want to share. So first, there's a newborn in the Star Atlas community, and we just wanted to congratulate Siggy. I don't know if Siggy's here. I don't think he is, but congratulations, Siggy, for the new child. As you can see in the Atlas Brew chat, you can see the picture, the video he uploaded to Twitter, and it's awesome. I mean, it's wholesome. What do you think, Dom and Jose?
Super wholesome. Man. Everyone tag Siggy. Tell him congratulations. It's a big deal. Huge
this
deal.
Definitely deserves a W in the chat. Some W's in the chat. This is
W in the chat.
Clear W.
That's that's a future Star Atlas. He's gonna inherit Siggy ships in the future. So.
Oh my God, that's a big one.
Man, huge shout out to Siggy. I have personally seen how he has ascended as a content creator for Star Atlas. I remember the days where we were discussing the lore and everything like months and months ago, and now, man, you are one of the public faces of Star Atlas. We can surely say this. You have this beautiful sun, full of Star Atlas merchandise. Man, it's like seeing our universe or metaverse unfolding before my very eyes. I'm super happy, really. And I wish you and your family all the health and luck in the world, friend.
That's awesome. I agree. I
Almost
agree.
brought a tear to my eye, Jose.
Yeah. You're going to get me emotional, Jose.
Man, but man, this is what's important about Star Atlas, right? We are creating the future of how we connect with people, right? So this new generation, they will be born inside our metaverse. When Siggy's child is old enough to play games, there will be already a Star Atlas metaverse ready for him. So that's our job to prepare the world for those guys to have somewhere very cool where they can create all sorts of stuff, have fun with their friends from all over the world. I see the vision of future when I see something like that. I love it. It makes me
Man, if we
emotional as
were
well.
if we were in a theater right now, Jose, there would be a standing ovation for what you just said. Tears,
No, man.
tears are running down my eyes right now.
Yeah, this is the beauty of what we are doing, guys. This is only the beginning.
Yeah,
All right,
totally.
what's next, Auntie?
Yeah, don't get me emotional. Don't get me emotional,
We
guys.
gotta move on quick.
Let's move to some numbers. Let's move to some data. So Stardust Economy put together a data thread that it's sick as their webpage, of course. So you can check, and they do kind of like a deep dive on a bunch of aspects of Star Atlas, from just ships to core to Atlas, and to how the USDT market impacts Star Atlas. So make sure to check that out, and of course make sure to check Stardust Economy out. I'm sure everyone knows Stardust Economy, but it was a great thread and a great web page they had. So we wanted to give a shout out to them. Then something we wanted to share is that Atlas Theory Reacts is back.
Oh
He's back with
man.
the reactions. He is back with the reactions, guys. I remember. I know I shared this many times, but I remember Atlas Theory being the first ever um, content creator for Star Atlas, and that was back when we were doing the Rebirth campaign, and I'm talking early 2021, and we didn't have like any idea of like if the people will like what we were doing, or if we were just a bunch of crazy people trying to do something. Um, and when I saw the first video from Atlas Theory reacting to the posters, I don't know. I just got a confirmation that we are doing something cool, you know. Um, so that I always remember that moment. And yeah, thank you Atlas Theory for staying here with us, man. And
Yeah,
doing good content.
fun fact here is Atlas Theory is what got me into Star Atlas. So
Same thing here. The guy's the
appreciate you,
best.
Atlas Theory. You are an OG of all OGs.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, you got Dom and Jose in, like, man, that's you're a
I'll
game
make him a
changer for Star Atlas
statue.
already.
We need to
Yeah.
make a statue for him in the metaverse for sure.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, Jose. Let's do it.
I'll do this. Don't worry, guys. I got this.
Awesome. Look at how many people found out about Star Atlas from Atlas Theory. Archetype, Agent Solas, that's great. Wow,
That's God's work.
that's God's work. Shadow King, wow, wow. Respect.
Yeah,
Respect.
respect Atlas Theory.
Yeah, respect. That's awesome. Atlas Theory got Michael Wagner into Star Atlas.
Oh my god.
Postcat said in the chat. Almost, pretty much, pretty much. Then another content creator we wanted to showcase is Gladiator. He made a video covering all the leaks from 2023, all the sneak peeks from 2023. That's awesome. So we wanted to showcase Gladiator.
Yeah, this is
Um,
actually the first time we've showcased Gladiator. Just to like add
yeah,
some commentary here. I've been watching Gladiator's videos for a bit now, and he only has about like 100 subscribers, and he's super passionate about Star Atlas. Really like his videos, so definitely go check him out. Subscribe if you like him. Love his videos.
yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. Jans, the link is in the tweet we posted about. Dom just posted it a few messages about, so you can go and check that out. Cool. Then just some sneak peeks from Star Atlas that we shared on Twitter. I think this was last week. But some pictures that we shared on Twitter. You can see the scale of those things. And also the ground racing, I think it is, in the third picture. And then that's a pack light seat. And that's
actually what I'm sitting on right now in real life.
Just that is already better than my setup, my current setup.
Man, imagine flying a pack light in the Star Atlas metaverse. Bro, the thing is gigantic. It's going to be super fun.
I feel like I was the only I've the chair is what got me the most hyped out of all the images. I don't know why. I don't even know why. Dude, it was crazy.
You are envisioning yourself bumping over every asteroid in the galaxy trying to move around.
Yeah, I'm envisioning myself blowing up Santi's ship in that chair, so
What?
Man, if you can blow up Santi using a backlight, I'll respect you, Dominic.
Yeah.
The guy got the biggest fleet in Star Atlas.
Nah. Not even close, man. Not even close. Just say you're a secret whale.
Oh my god. Maybe on Polish.
No way, you just said that.
Maybe just say stop one Uster.
Imagine that.
Oh.
Imagine that. Are you doxing my wallet? No?
No way.
Please don't do that.
Let's move on.
Yeah, no,
please.
So now I think that was all the updates that we had. We wanted to keep it short so we have more time with the legend, Gary. So now we can move to. We are going to do a small interview with Gary. We're going to be asking him some questions, and then we can do some open mic. But while we ask Gary some questions, we ask you to please don't open the mics yet. Of course, you can. We'll be reading the Atlas Brew chat, and if we see any questions that we should be asking, we will. But for the first part, we ask you guys to keep it steady. Don't unmute and ask any questions because we have some stuff prepared with Gary. So Gary, how are you, man?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. You can hear me?
Yeah,
we hear you, Gary.
Yeah, got you, bro.
I just want to add one thing really quick, Santi, is after every question, Gary supplied us with a bunch of images that we're gonna post in the chat. And thank you, Gary, for providing us with these images. These are images that you guys haven't seen before, and it's gonna be great. So let's have a good time. I'm ready.
Yeah. Gary came prepared, guys. He came prepared.
And the BIOS chair is a captain chair. Yeah. It's in good progress. Yeah, for just the mention of the BIOS chair backlight. It's a
captain chair.
Yeah, it's the captain chair. Heck yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because we have made like already different variation of seat for Thimble, so we will refine in also other Thimble ship. But it's in the BIOS, but it's this one particularly, the last one on Twitter, is a specific chair for captain and things like that.
Awesome.
This is the real alpha, ladies and gentlemen. That's I'm focusing. I'm listening in here. I gotta keep it steady.
We are just getting started. Keep it steady, Dom. Yep.
Let Gary cook, man.
Let's get started, Gary. Are you ready?
Yes.
Awesome. So first question, easy. Can you tell us a little bit about your role at Star Atlas?
Yes. So I'm since the start of the project, concept designer and also the art director of the department of vehicle. So I'm in charge of making everything works well, developing the brands of the vehicle also, which is a quite important part of the identity of the project and the spaceship, and also depending faction extra. So yeah, it's mostly my role there, from concept to production, and
That's awesome.
But I have there is a great team, and many support also of the lead vehicle artist, which help a lot for production and management, and so it's great.
That's great, man. And you're a real OG, as you said. I think you were here at Star Atlas before I even joined, right? You are since the very beginning.
Yes, it was March 2021. So yeah.
Awesome.
My God, man.
That's awesome. Cool.
And mostly I think I have started with the Pierce. At start with the Pierce 6.5, the R8 and the C9 were the three first ship I have done, and the X4 I started on on the first part of the project at the start. Yeah.
Awesome, Gary. Okay, next question for you. For Star Atlas, what ships have you created?
So yes, there is X4. There is because myself I have created some concept, but I have also helped on Sketchpass and conceive some other ships that have been developed after by concept designer more specialized into with their 3D skills. So on my side, on my own, I will say I have done the C9, the X5, the X4, X6. It's the sketch. The T1, the Thimble Mamba. Wait, I'm reflecting because there is a lot of shit.
There's so many, man. There's so many.
We have a lot of ships. That's true.
So mainly some lot of Thimble, lot of Pierce, Nirush too on the start, Ogrica Nirush, and I don't remember all, but yeah, some of those.
Wow,
Man,
that's a lot, man.
That's a lot.
You've made some absolutely gorgeous ships. Seriously. What's somebody actually just asked a question just to piggyback on that one. What's your favorite one that you've done out of those?
I think I love the C9 on my side. It's
Oof.
C9. Okay.
I'm
So-
quite proud of it.
a man of culture. For
Not
sure.
financial advice.
Yeah.
So,
Gary, let me ask you something. What does the process of designing a ship looks like, man? Like, how do you come up with the concepts? How the work of a creator of ships looks like? Tell us, please.
so it's it's a methodology based about the like in the industrial design process world. Uh, I came from this field with more like automotive design world and things at my start, but I was already drawing spaceships, so I moved to and playing games. So I was moving to games then. But it's the same process than creating a car. So we really established like the sketch or quick blockout through 2D or 3D technique first with the concept designer. After we make like also to let a maximum of creativity, but also fitting with the brand. So there was at the start of the project a big focus also on establishing the brand. I can tell more about it. It's quite long to explain, but it's what is the identity of each manufacturer? Not just the logo. It's also what is the shape language, how looks their split line, their way of manufacturing things. So, for example, Ogrica has like 3D printed metal technology, and so it affects also how the aesthetic looks in the wall panel, in everything of the ship. Same for Rainbow. Rainbow are more like maglev technology, so it's not the same mechanical process than a Calico ship or a Pierce ship or more mud ship. There is all this kind of question of additive manufacturing too. So it's how each manufacturing looks to have the most immersivity as possible in our ship, and identity also through each element. So from the door to landing gear to the wings to the global silhouette, etc. And so when the concept designer have also assimilated the brand value and all this stuff, we go to also convergence with gameplay to integrate all the component, which is quite a tricky step, but it's one of the most important where we place everything in the interior of the ship, the exterior, fitting with gameplay, seeing if animation also works. And then after there is the other department like sound, VFX, to the final Unreal Engine 5, I would say. So yeah.
Man, I don't know you guys are also watching what Dom is sharing his screen right now, but you guys can see the whole process that Gary's just describing there, you know. Ogrica is, for me, it's my favorite manufacturer in terms of art. It's like those pull-ups are accelerating, flamboyant, you know, like they are glorious, they are even oppressive in some manner, like their sense of opulence is something that's beyond human. And I love the design, I love the concepts that you guys use, I love the inspirations as well. Man, this is
Yeah.
super next level.
I
I
was
love
going to
this.
comment, Gary. I know that we have a bunch of manufacturers, but I think one of the main highlights for me, like one of the things I love the most, is how defined the differences are for the manufacturers. Like
Exactly.
you can see the interior of a ship and probably already decipher from what manufacturer it is, and that is
Exactly,
great.
and this is what we try to do. Is like, okay, this is the opal ship. There is this kind of specificity in the opal, and so there is like a lot of pre-production research that have been done to determine identity, yeah, of each ship and their specific signature, I will say, and technology or trim and materials too, etc, or additive manufacturing too for the alien ones, to make something like different, conceive in different ways than human will do, and same
Yeah,
for Tufa and Rainbow too. So yeah, it's and here
yeah,
you can see also some of the gameplay convergence for the home. So it's also to make things work with VFX, animation, and how things are played, the volume. So there is also after end production the angle of the ramp, everything. So it's quite complex. So this is why I was saying like a car, because the car is in our days with maybe some SpaceX too, the most difficult object to product, because it's like 2,000 pieces together, etc., with many constraints and all. And in our days in video game industry, we reach also this level of
yeah.
pushing super far all detail, and so it's quite crazy to,
Do you
especially
think,
in UE5. Yeah.
Gary? Do you think it will be more difficult to design a Stratless ship than to design a car?
I mean, I think it's both. It's just the constraints are not the same, because, but anyway, it has repercussion also on, I will say, making things achievable, making things possible. While we need also to challenge ourselves as a maximum, like for a concept car or a production car, also is the same. And so it's the same for the ship. There is this kind of concept phase, and after a bit rationalization through all the technical element and everything. So it's yeah, I mean, it's a great challenge, both. But yeah, it's quite complex on the ship because it's bigger, and so the fact that it's bigger and we keep the human scale detail make it maybe harder. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. And we are, guys, if you're listening, we are sharing now, stream sharing the interior of the Rainbow Home. So make sure to check that out. Just click on the stream Tom is sharing. Um, so Gary, um, I know you also did some things for Star Citizen, correct? What
Yes,
was your role in there?
I was senior concept designer, so I was mainly in charge of vehicle, concepting vehicle, concepting also a lot of biomes and environment stuff. So I've made lot of different things, I will say, in Star Citizen, which was great and great experience too. So like the Xian Scout, uh, there is some Tokai, there is Dragonfly, the Nox, Xian Nox. There is a Xian Cargo multiplayer, but I don't know if it has been shown yet. The Banu Merchantman. I participate also a bit on the pre-production of the Sunbrail. There was many ship also too, and also some environment like the biomes. So it means the flora for rocks and flora, also ecosystem for Your Nix, and extra microtech planet. So yeah, and outposts. So yeah, many things.
Gary, one member of our community, Ghostcat, asked a really good question here. What's the average development speed, for example, on a small size ship, from concept art to in-game?
So we are optimizing right now the pipeline for this, and already in concept we are quite faster than all the projects I have worked before, and also we have a good strength of great concept at start also of the project, and we are optimizing pipeline. But for a small ship, I will say 4 months with our new pipeline, which is quite great compared to what we have in other IP or other projects.
Wow.
Awesome.
For this level, I mean, the persistent open world, and especially here with the metaverse and to this quality of Unreal Engine 5, yeah, it's and with already a lot of resource also on it, it's already a big challenge, and bigger ship are even big challenge. But we are looking of some procedural part for some area, etc. So we are trying to optimize it as the best. But yeah, it demands attention for each chip and an NFT.
And
For sure.
Gary, I have another question. I was just thinking about this. Um, so you also been in the Star Citizen. How does UE5 change that, like the development speed for going from concept to in-game? Like, is it a game changer compared to Star Citizen with their own engine?
Yes, I think there was since long time already the will in video games to achieve, because me, I'm an old gamer, so I started with also with the first console and stuff, and it was already we were already impressed at this time, and with just new things, and even the new Wipeout at this time was crazy time. But uh, I mean, since the UE4, there was already this will to push the detail at the maximum, and and on many projects I have done also on UE4, but it was not every time possible, or it was not possible in terms of how it render also. And what UE5, where UE5 is crazy, is really like you have this kind of high definition, and also for polygon or optimization on tech part, it's a bit simpler. There is other problem, because it's quite complicated process also on the technical part, but it's already a big improvement. So like you see on the showroom when you open the magazine and things like that, and same for ship, how they render. It's, yeah, I mean, the quality is pushed to the maximum now.
That is awesome.
Awesome, Gary. So, like, besides Star Atlas and Star Citizen, what other cool projects have you worked on?
I have worked on different video. First, I started also from in automotive industry, so for some manufacturer, and so there was a Peugeot, there was some consulting with Renault too, so like the French manufacturer, but also in Austria, Coros brands that are like the Chinese cars, the sedan stuff. But it was with the chief of Mini, and it was all great. I participate also on smaller game at start also when I moved from automotive industry to video game, because I think it was more my dream at this time, and I was drawing spaceships since child. So and then I have worked also on Star Citizen, some project of Quantic Dream, like the pre-production for Detroit. So there was a sci-fi one, but that has been annulled for PS4. But yeah, Quantic Dream. I have done also like different consulting project for Ubisoft, but some projects are still in progress. But it was some years ago already. Uh, Everywhere game also from Built a Rocket Boy. Uh, there was also some movie involvement, so like Star Trek Discovery things, and there was also like I don't remember all. There is like jet fighter also for the army of France. The army European. So like real jet fighter involved with Yort also, which is concept designer there too. And yeah, some product design too, extra. So yeah, a lot of little things like that.
Man, that's awesome. Gary, something that I have always been curious about. How the ships are going to look from inside. Things like amenities, bedrooms, etc. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So it's the same process as this is why I show you the Bible of Agrica, but it's the same for all ship, and we are defining also declining, I will say, the identity through everything. So the door looks different from Pierce to Opal to everything, but the furniture too. Each thing is coherent in terms of shape language, which radius of each shape, the how it's conceived. So even and I will say a medbay element of Opal is looking different from a medbay from Pierce or from Visus or things
That's
like
awesome.
that. So everything is pushed, and the kitchen too. After there is also a process of reusing some element because, for example, for Pierce, you say okay, it's the manufacturer which has conceived those ships, so they have also sometimes the same mold, which makes coherent also in terms of shape language. And so the habitation area, some element will be reused also to optimize time, but while we can make some variation, declination in terms of trim and color and some add-ons. But yeah, each things and each module after also for the gameplay point of view is worked as a detached breakout and props. So yeah, each thing is worked in coherence with the manufacturer brand or connect to the brand universe, I will say for each one. So it's not just a table like that. So everything is like conceived by the concept designer or the production team to make things the most beautiful as possible. So yeah.
This is awesome, man.
Awesome. Yeah. And I wanted to ask the community now, Gary. What would you guys like to see inside the Star Atlas ship? Now that we have Gary here, Bakel art director, I think it's good for you guys to share what you would like to see inside some Star Atlas ships, right? Um, I love that, for example, the Calico Guardian has a theater inside it, and that is very cool. So, what would you guys like to see? Maybe Dominic says a Fotoli basketball court. Gary, what do you think about that?
I mean, for the rainbow ship, it's quite interesting because the Fotoli are a bit special spaces which not act maybe like some other of the Oni spaces or the used to, etc. So and yeah, I quite like also to make things fun. There is also something also more intriguing, maybe in the Fotoli with but yes, there is a lot of space on a bigger ship, maybe that.
Yeah,
But yeah, it could be a great idea for having things playful too. But yeah, for example, the Echo have a lot of fun, playful areas. In the Triaro, in the Super Phoenix, or even in the Bombarella. And maybe there is like in Opal too, there is like some fun stuff too.
that's awesome. Someone says a galactic zoo.
Yeah,
Galactic zoo. That sounds fun. Once we have more Tigus or more pets, that'll be
yes,
great. That'll be great. Um, footballs for for the Tigus. that's
yes.
that's great as well. That's great as well. Cool. Dom, you just shared two pictures. What are those actually? I'm curious.
Yeah, and Gary, do you mind giving any like context or commenting a little bit on the two images that I just posted in the Atlas Brew chat? It's the Fatoli Tech one.
Yes. So for the Fotoli, it's an exploration about something secret right now, but it's mostly
Cool.
first to figure how their technology work. So it's not just about spaceship. It's also from a species point of view, how their tech or levitating tech could work. So there is this kind of ferrofluid exterior skin we have in Chi, which make it totally unique and, like an interactive skin. And also, I think it will be one of the most next-gen ship, I will say, in terms of minimalism and high-tech modernity. But also, there is this kind of M-block cube that are like sort of EA cube that can adjust their configuration depending the functionality. So those illustrations are about that. Like it's reconfiguring EA robots to make things fitting with function. So it's totally a different technology than mud faction ship or extra or even the used to or even the other Oni. So it's totally more intriguing. And there is also like this kind of plate offset also, which is one of the things we can do in UE5 now, and we were not able to do in UE4 is like this kind of plate, like the Rainbow Arc has, like moving, and also maybe used also for furniture and things like that. So it's quite interesting.
Wow, that is
This
super
is awesome.
interesting. Again, like it just tells how in depth like each manufacturer and the tech from each faction and sub faction is being thought. You know, like, and I'm sure Jose, you're dying to share some lore on all this. But yeah, I mean, it's great. It's great. And now also, Gary, like we will have VR with UF5. And I see in the comment Signal saying that they would love to have like spaces to chill, like trippy spaces, like the ones shown in the Green Nether art and stuff like that, just for hanging out and relaxing. You know, um,
Yes.
that is something that maybe before, since like depending on the game, of course, like the immersion is of course different when you're in VR than when you are just looking at it from the computer. So I guess you guys are already thinking about like the interiors and making them
Yeah,
like the
yes,
spaces like home.
and there is a Brad, yeah, that is also checking everything about that and to see, and it's also like good also from gameplay point of view because there is a bit this check to say, okay, when you are sitting there, how you and you are on a repair ship like the R6, how it's working, what is your visibility, is it good also, what is the feeling also of the dimension, because we have also to make it fit from Ustur to Punab, which is
Yeah.
quite a big challenge ergonomically, but we have like some system to make things work and all of this. So yes, the sensation of space is quite established also through this back and forth process, and we are trying to make it the best as possible. But not every ship has the same level of visibility, but it makes also the charm of each ship. So maybe some Fimbul are a bit more retro, but you you like also to be in this kind of more retro vibe things with some pillar, and maybe the Calico, for example, have no arch pillar on the glass, and so it's more like biggest visibility, but it's also making the charm and the specificity of each ship. But yeah, then after ergonomically, we are checking to have the best sensation in gameplay, but also in VR. Then, so, yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. And I'm sure like VR and all that is just and you were speaking about the dimensions on the different characters and stuff like that. I'm sure that is making you remember your the times when working in the automobile space, right?
Yes, because it's quite technical, but even for the ship, the constraints are big on many aspects, and so there is the ergonomy, but other aspect like the access and the gameplay component and module and weapons and yeah, so it's many things, but yeah,
Wow,
it's challenging.
it's
Cool.
challenging, definitely.
I can imagine.
I have one more
Uh,
question for you, Gary, here, and it's an important one. What excites you the most about Star Atlas?
Me, I quite like something that that is special to this project is also the Oni character. I love them a lot. So if you want to know my faction, I'm Oni.
Oh
But
my
Go.
god.
Oh my
Let's
god!
Yes,
No way
sir.
you
go.
said that.
Oni. Oni.
but yeah, I quite love, especially the Punab. I think it's bringing also a bit of fantasy also in the or fantastic aspect, while super realist, but make me think like like more like Rocket character in Guardian of Galaxy or things like that. So quite love the Punab and the Sogmian too, which are like big survivor. The Mieres too, and yeah, I think the Fotoli also making light by themselves. So yeah, I think it's I mean, I have to defend the ship, but I love a lot the character. Yeah, really, really fond of the character stuff.
One of us.
Man.
One of us.
Yeah.
No
That's also
way,
what drew
Gary.
me like into Oni, like just the diversity of species inside the
Yes,
faction.
yes.
I mean, we're clearly better than the other two factions.
Clearly. I mean,
Oh,
clearly.
no way you said that, man.
Easy, man.
My god, so biased. Man, I wanted to ask another question to Gary before we move to Keyway. Gary, what can you tell us about the process of building and imagining Titan ships? Can you share your thoughts on how those little beasts will look like in the future?
Little Beast?
Little beasts.
Little beasts.
You mean which ship? You mean the ship conceive or the future ship to conceive?
Yeah, the future, the size of the Titans in the full Star Atlas metaverse.
Yes, because there is like a definition of certain amount of ship with the class, function, and size, and which is predefined by gameplay, and which make also some ship more rare than other. And yes, there is lot of cool functional also worker ship coming. So we have starting with some first salvage, but yes, there is like different type function job ship, I will say, from repair, salvage, multi-role. There is some hauler. There is some, I forget everything, but yeah, many different function ship and lot of, yeah, large and capital still. So yeah, it's great plan so far. And yeah, we are already working on some of those already. So.
Yeah, I can only imagine like if you said that it usually takes like 4 months to go from like a small ship concept art to in-game. Um, how long it can take for the Titan ships, like the biggest ones? That
I think
is,
it's a question we started to evocate with the technical director. It's because it's mostly bigger than even some older games that were already big. So it's mostly a city itself, and there is like a way to achieve it, which will be uh, I will say optimize with the R&D development. So there is like some first R&D research about how to approach, and even from, I will say, from capital are already 400 meter from capital to Titan class. Yeah, it's like a different approach
yeah,
of the I will say of the modeling and the conception of the ship and the blueprint and everything. So yeah, it's a different approach for the bigger ship. So yeah, it's still
yeah,
something in progress because yeah, the Busan and the Pierce T1 and even the Super Phoenix, will be a big challenge in terms of time and achievement. But yeah, I think it's doable too because we are also trying to optimize the interior process. So this is one of the things to approach those ships.
yeah.
Awesome.
Very interesting. Just for the guys asking questions in the chat, let's avoid asking questions like about a specific product or timeline, so Gary can actually answer them because we have so many things coming that we also want Gary to come back. We don't want to scare Gary.
Yeah, I don't want to scare Gary away, man. Not
Yeah.
yet.
Still, no one wins, guys. No one wins. But there are some cool questions in the chat. I see from Mustache Reed. So, what chip lines are the hardest to produce from concept to final product? I guess it's what manufacturer takes the most time.
Which manufacturer takes the most time? Thimble are quite tricky because it's like a lot of mechanism and apparent motors parts. So there is a lot of, I will say, high frequency element like the BIOS backlight. It was a really big challenge, but so far it looks quite great. And but if you see the number of detail for the thruster and all that has been involved into this, it's quite heavy. But I will say the thimble are quite challenging right now because because of the complexity and also in the file organization of the number of the piece, and also it's quite in good progress, but it's one of the harder, I think. And the alien are still also something trickier generally in video game because it's a shape language we don't know. It's different than human stuff. So even in the texture or the pattern, if it's laser cut, if it's a gradient parametric additive manufacturing stuff like there is on some concept car too, it's a bit harder to achieve. But I think on Obricas Repeat, it's already in good progress. So yeah.
On the opposite end, so you just talked about the hardest ones. What about the easiest manufacturer?
I don't know if there is one easy, I would say. But at least for the exterior, after there is like some specificity. For example, the exterior of the home is maybe something more achievable, but there is this kind of look dev phase where you need to have the materials looking great and different compared to a mud chip. So, but I will say maybe the peers for now have been quite in the good road of this, but it's not easy neither. Because even a landing gear or some of those parts are quite complex in video game in our days to conceive. So, but we have a great modeling team and production team. So
Cool. Thank you, Gary. So I had one more question from the chat. Now I don't know if you'll be able to answer this one, so just let me know if you can't. But he was asking, are you going to be able to see the destruction of the interior?
That's a good question that maybe the technical director and the product. But there is things planned for the damage and what will be the layer for the damage. So anyway, me on my side, because it's a project still, not a project, it's a topic already that is in discussion right now because anyway on my side we are conceiving the ship with different layer like the chassis and all the different shell around and extra like a real structure, exterior interior stuff. But after, yes, I think there is some plan for the damage stuff, but don't know much more right now about it or what I can reveal. But it's things in progress on the technical side.
Thanks, Gary. That was a great answer.
Nice. I would love to come into Dominic's ship and just steal all the things that are in there.
There's no way.
Then you just go to your ship and find out there's nothing, like not even the chair.
My God.
That will be fun to do. Do we have any other questions from the community that are not win-win?
Win-win. Let us know if you guys have any other questions. Gary, did you see there was some leaks from like a week or two ago, and it was a picture or two pictures of the Opel Jet, and you can see that there was kind of rust on the ship. It was kind of like there was one without the rust, and then there was one with rust. Is that something you can kind of comment on?
Yes, it's one of the lead supervisor, also artist in vehicle, establishing this process, which make also consistent all the shader. But we are playing also on the slickness of some manufacturer and some more. But there is also the use of the ship, so there is like uh, more dirty part, and so and all the texture also to make it looks as much as consistent. But it's more not specific to Opal Jet. It's more a procedural process we are doing with the shader for making things applicable to all ship, and playing also with this to optimize also the UV shader pass on all ship and make it looks good or more rusty when it's a thimble, a bit less when it's maybe an opal one. But yeah, I mean, we are trying to play on the good value, and this is what we are also exploring. So some recent stuff also on Bomba with more scratch decal at right scale, and the rivet and the texture too that looks more used, extra. So makes also things consistent. So yeah, it's things in progress for this.
Nice.
Awesome.
Oh man, there's a lot of questions that just came in.
Yeah, that's great. This is one comparing Atlas and Star Citizen. I think it's a good one. We kind of like asked it already, but what is the one of the positive advantages of being a part of the Atlas development process over Star Citizen development? Like, what does are there some things that make your job easier, your life easier compared to Star Citizen?
Yes, I think there is like something also about the creation itself, because of the Danny management, especially at start. I think he has encouraged also people to make their best and also what they feel also, because in terms of uh, concept designer or this kind of creative job part, there is a lot of constraint in different studio or different workflow or management. And I think one of the things there, it has been quite great in terms of there was the Danny vision, if you want, at start also with the brand and manufacturer, but also I think one good chance is to have also let express what concept designer dreaming about chip themselves and what will be their dreaming one they want to do, but fitting with the manufacturer. So this is why we have some chip like ATS Enforcer from one of our designer and things like that, because it's and me, I have done the X5 and the X4 also in the C9 in this way, because it was okay. I have some freedom there, so what I want to do and is this. So it's a huge change there, and also I think we have like also a great team member with experience in lot of project, lot of movie, video games, and more. So I think it's a huge chance. Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome. I love to see like, and that also speaks again about like the differences in the manufacturers, because like the concept artists can probably just let their mind flow and work on the concept for a ship. And
Yes.
given the variety that we have, like it will probably fall under one of the styles um, from one of the manufacturers, right?
Exactly. Exactly. It's also, it has been said also at start. This is why it was like I will say a rigid and a flexible methodology for approaching the brand and to make it fit like unique each time and with their own identity, and fitting also with the concept designer working on it extra. So, and even after into production, there is some people more specialized in modern surface, some more specialized in high frequency surface or more alien stuff with more curve and different radius, how it's catching the light, and yeah, many things. So how the panel is cut extra. So there is a lot of, but we are trying to make it also make the casting also for making each team member happy of what he is doing, and not coming in the job with a pain in the stomach, like, because it happened also in this kind of job too. So here we have this chance of enjoying what we do also. So it's great in this way.
Awesome, man. Awesome. I love
Awesome, Gary. Gary, I have a kind of maybe a hard question here. but it's from Mustache Ride. Gary, you mentioned that movable tires on the Rainbow Arc are something that couldn't be done before except for Unreal Engine 5. Is there any plans for evolving ship interiors, like plants that grow or weather conditions inside a ship? Is this in the realm of possibility for UE5?
Yes, I think it was already a plan in UE4 for some biome stuff, and in some project I've worked in the past also. It was also in Quantic Dream. So, but yeah, I think there is like things we can definitely do which were not possible. After it's a new motor, it's also I will say things in exploration, because there is the same foundation, but it's not the same motor. I mean, it's a different one. So there is still a lot of things the tech guys are exploring too in this way, and an engineer too. So but yeah, hopefully, yes. I think, but this is also some product decision we are also doing, and some priorities. So there is also of this aspect, and what is fun also in the gameplay point of view, etc. So it's a lot of things that we are in discussion between the different department and on global product point of view. But yeah, hopefully, yes, like the plant, even in ship, and also the animals and things like that. So yeah, it's a big topic also, because it could be like space tourism, or after for the gameplay for bounty hunter. So there is a lot of topics. Yeah, it's a huge game.
That's awesome,
Yeah.
man.
And your ship interior evolving as well will make it feel more like your own ship, because they're kinda
Yes, you
complicated,
speak about the customization. So yeah, it's a tricky subject, because there is like there is like the metrics. We have to make some module swappable, but not all. Same for weapon, because there is some fixed weapon, not all. So everything of this is the most complex part. But we are working on it. But yeah, it's after how you can customize. With your own graphic, with your own art gallery, maybe with some trim and colors that. So all this question also about the editors itself is also in progress. But yeah, it's something I would love, especially also for some manufacturer. It could be awesome, and even the special skin too are already in being studied. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just
Man, that
being
gets me
able to put
excited.
your art, your NFTs, your stuff in there,
Oh my gosh. Just thinking about it gets me
like,
so excited.
yeah, we'll make it feel like home. Will probably put your achievements as an esport player before, You'll probably
Yeah.
share that page you share. You will put
Yeah.
that on the wall.
something
Like,
actually something kind of like on topic here. So someone linked the picture of the Ogrica line, and there's the purplish tree that we're looking at in the image. Is there anything you can
Yes.
comment on for that tree? I don't think we've seen it before, but maybe like
It's
one or two comments.
yeah, it was it's in fact it's sorry, I started to speak in French. It's some tree for the Ogrica ship, so especially the Jod Asteris, the Thripid, and also from the future ship of Ogrica, because we want also to have like some special biome stuff, maybe in I will say maybe the ecos, it's more like the palm tree and this kind of exotic rainforest, tropical stuff. We know, but maybe with some rare flower or things you can collect also extra. But same for the ship, we want to try to make, if we make a sculpture in a Ogrica ship or a tree, we make it like a bit specific. And this one, it was designed to also fit maybe with environment too, like special spaces on some Oni planet and universe. So it was a sort of maglev baobab with some of bioluminescence things. So and maybe some roots that looks algorithmic too, but a bit like the Ogrica pattern. So there is all this kind of things in progress. But it was for Jod Asteris, especially because Jod Asteris will have a lot of vegetal inside, and which will make it looks quite great. And the 3-pit too, maybe in some rooms. So yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, man. That tree comes from Akanaf, the home world of the Punabs. So a little more alpha there as well.
Whoa. What was that again? The name?
Nothing. No one said anything.
Oh, we'll need to catch the recording for that. He just dropped the name of the Puna home planet, right? Wow. Wasn't expecting that. You caught me by surprise, Jose. That's awesome. Thank you so much, bro.
It was already disclosed. It's not that
Really?
much of alpha. Yeah, it's written in core.
Oh, I need to decipher those. Cool. So we are approaching the
Plus,
hour.
he doesn't read core. So.
Yeah, I need to keep up with core, man.
But I'm bricked up too, man.
Dude,
This is crazy.
it's so awesome, man.
Crazy in
Yeah.
here. I don't understand why there's only like I don't know what's the count here. 71 people?
71.
Dude, this is more fire than town halls, to be honest.
Yeah, this was awesome.
It's a special brew. We make it special. Gary, before we close, do you have any closing thoughts?
Well, there is many surprise. I'm hurry to display to the community, but we have to wait. It's also some production decision, but there is a lot of great things coming, and also there was also a time also for the team convergence between all departments to be well synchronized, and I think it's also what is in good place now for achieving the most and the best. So yeah, I'm pretty happy of this project right now, honestly. So yeah, wanted to say it to the community.
Yeah, Gary, man, thank you so much for taking the time. I know
Thank you for
you're a busy
inviting me.
person, and I appreciate, in the name of the whole community, man. Thank you so much for joining, answering all the questions. So, guys in the chat, some W's for Gary,
Thank you
guys.
too.
Some
Yeah,
W's for
man.
Gary in the chat.
we need W's immediately for Gary.
Yeah, W's in the
He
chat.
dropped so much alpha, so many images, so many thoughts. I'm gonna need to actually rewatch this brew because it was a lot of good information, Gary. Seriously,
Yeah.
thank you so much for coming, man.
Thank you, man.
Don't
You're a
we
legend.
have that
Thank you.
Atlas Brew wallpaper again? I want to see that again in the chat.
Oh yeah. Gary made it for us, by the way, everybody. So thank Gary for this one too.
Yeah,
Yes, thank
Gary
you.
made this one especially for us, for the brew guys, for the brew people. So if you're a brew guy, if you're part of the brew culture, this needs to be your new
This is
wallpaper
yours.
for your computer. It's awesome. Note that the kid has Fimble in the helmet. That's sick. I love it.
And the Chigo on his pocket.
You guys are giving away the details, man. What's going on?
Oh, I didn't see the Tigu. Wow, that's awesome. Oh yeah, yeah. So now we'll close. Thank you so much again, Gary. Thank you so much for taking the
Thank
time
you for
to do a
inviting.
deep dive. Do a deep dive with us in the brew. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gary.
Thank you, Gary. Dom, Jose, any closing thoughts from you guys?
Man, this was technically our first special brew. And I think it was a great one, man. Seriously. Gary had a lot of awesome stuff that he shared. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of things that we can watch back the VOD and learn from. There's a lot to digest here, and I appreciate Gary for coming. I know he's super busy, and yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed. And thank you so much, Gary.
Yeah,
I told you it would be spicy.
you.
I told you it would be spicy, everybody.
Yeah,
I
guys,
don't lie.
we are gearing up. March is ending. Lots of cool stuff are coming. So keep tuned in Star Atlas because things are getting spicy and spicier.
Let's go. All right, people. Thank you so much for joining the Atlas Brew number 54, guys. Awesome, and thank you again, Gary. And see you all next Wednesday, guys.
See you, everyone. Bye bye.
Ciao. See you, everybody.
Ciao.